Welcome in, everyone. This is an updated version of Stock Hub, just kind of a Discord overview for those who may be new members interested in joining. I'm just going to kind of go over everything we offer in Stock Hub, just kind of some of the channels and how you can use them and all that. So let's get started here. So first up on the left side here, and this video will be good for people who may not use Discord, just kind of see where you can locate everything as well. So first up here on your left side, we have our general area. So this is where all live streams are held in here. When we do them, there'll be a schedule here at the top for events if you are looking if we have a live scheduled. Your announcements tabs, all major announcements here. I will post in here when we have a live stream that day, just so you can get that notification if you missed the event one. Otherwise, this is just where I keep a Discord overview essentially, or any other major announcements. Community rules, common sense here, basic stuff. Don't have to really explain that. Your disclaimer for the Discord, pretty much, just kind of going over everything. By kind of joining the Discord, you are expected to read the disclaimer, all that stuff. And at the top of each channel as well, if you come up to the channel here, at the top of each channel, click that. It'll have a breakdown here of what is in that channel as well. All my verified links can be found here. Do not click on anything that comes from any bots, any messages. I won't message you links first at all. So always feel free to reach out if you have questions. Your main chat, this is kind of where everybody hangs out intraday, kind of talks about stocks, trades they might be looking at, option flow, all that. Your daily briefing, I do 2 briefings. I do one at night, and then I will do one in the morning. Usually after we have data, I'll kind of touch on the data, go over what could be happening that day. So get 2 of these a day. Market Tide, I update the Market Tide every half hour. We'll look at all premiums out of the money premiums, just kind of see what's going on there. Market Wealth, self-explanatory. I like members to show off how, if they want to show off their wins, if they're showing off they're doing good, feel free to post in there. Charting requests, this if anybody wants me to chart anything out, kind of look over anything else, you will kind of be able to post anything that you want me charted or check out for flow in here. Again, a basic questions chat. If you are looking for, if you got a question about anything you want me to look up flow again, you can always pop them in there. So just any basic questions on Unusual Whales platform here, you can always post this in here if you got a specific Unusual Whales platform question. Sports chat, again, pretty self-explanatory, really chill area. If you want to talk about sports gambling, whatever you want. Spreadsheet tracking, so for all my flow recap videos, I will post the results in here as well, just on spreadsheet format. So into the trading zone area. So now this is where all your bulk of your trades will come from. So your flow alerts ask side. So again, this is where I always highly recommend looking at the top of the channel, because you're going to be getting a lot of information in here as well. So your ask side, again, I will always kind of put little information here. So ask side calls and puts. So ask side would be buying calls, ask side puts would be buying puts, ask side calls would be buying calls. So that is kind of what's in here. I will always put the full contract in here, the average that's on the chain, and kind of the premium, so keep that in mind there. Bid side, this is for people who like to kind of sell premium a little bit more. So again, when you're looking at bid side puts, that's bullish to neutral. Bid side calls would be bearish to neutral. So again, always please refer back to here too. There's a lot of information in that. ETF flow, this will always just be ask side puts or calls, essentially. So if there's a sell or something that's big, I would obviously make a note. Like you can see with the bid side, I still like to put notes in here where it's selling calls, just kind of reiterate for somebody that may miss. So ETF flow would be all ask side essentially. Long-term flow here, so sorry, back up one more time. So the flow alerts, ask side, bid side, and ETF flow, this is what is tracked on the spreadsheet, as well as the flow and charts. So long-term flow, this is anything that is over 100 days to expiration. So this could overlap earnings. Just kind of take a peek at everything. I always tell people to kind of take a peek where that earnings period is, especially 218 days out, something like that. Earnings flow. So this is all earnings that will end. So you can see how earnings is 14 days away. This is 15 days. Whoops. Come back here. So this is earnings that will end on that week of earnings. So they're weeklies that end that week. So like I won't post earnings flow that's, let's say, June and it's 14 days over. So I'm not going to do that. It's weeklies. This is strictly earnings plays. Flow and chart. So these are the trades that I'm personally taking. I will I'll put out charts, put out the flow, kind of what I'm seeing here, kind of touch on gamma, all that. So I'll put a little guidance in here. Obviously, some of these have a little bit more guidance than others. The two plays that I posted over the weekend, not a ton of guidance on here, very short-term plays, but I like to kind of break it down a little bit more here. Spotlight flow, this is a new channel. So this flow is coming from the hottest contracts and the highest volume. So this is flow that's sticking out to me, but I might not like it on a chart. So again, this is just like the flow alerts, ask side, bid side, ETF flow. Kind of got to take a peek at it, see what looks good to you maybe. Otherwise, this flow is not tracked as well. So the four sections that are tracked, again, ask side, bid side, ETF flow, and your flow and charts. So this flow, these would be considered your alerts as well. I mean, all of them are pretty much alerts, but these are your tracked alerts versus your untracked alerts. So your market data, I have a set in the morning that I update, and then in the evening. So morning updates, we'll kind of take a peek at what's going on in the crypto whales. So kind of post in here what we can see going on in the crypto market as well. Your open interest changes, I like to post these in the morning. I try to get them out as early as I can. Congressional trades, I will post any new congressional trades here in the morning as well. ETF in and outflow, this is posted in the morning. It's just going to kind of tell you your ETF in and outflow from the previous day. Your market stats from the previous day. We'll post your analyst ratings for the day as well. This is a newer channel as well, so your SPY max pain, I'll post that in there for the day. Your pre-market movers, your highest pre-market moving percent there, your lowest, your losers here as well. Daily gamma, so this is for those that like to kind of track gamma a little bit more. So this is updated pre-market and then at open. So kind of go in here, kind of tell everybody what I'm seeing for the net gamma exposure, all that. So again, you can see information in here as well. Highly suggest using that information tab. So we kind of go over that. So end of the day, this is my nightly setups or my nightly data I'll post. We'll look at the insider transactions for the day, top tickers by your net premium, your hottest contracts, your highest volume contracts, your sector flow on the day, top moving stocks on the day, and new channel that I just put in here obviously on Thursday, an unusual volume channel, so we're going to be able to see your most unusual volume there on the day. So moving on now, we have our weekly technical breakouts. I update these Friday, Saturday-ish at the end of the week, so you'll get your new 52 high week highs, 52 week lows, your moving average bullish crossover, bearish crossover, declining RSI, improving RSI, MACD crossovers, your bullish MACD crossovers as well. So that's just kind of our little technical area that's broken down, or that's updated once a week. So your breakdown section, your economic data here. So all of our economic reports that I highlight for the key events this week, this is what's broken down in here. Everything is in PDF, so it's you can just easily open it here. It's going to pop it open. This is how they look in here. So everything's laid out. Kind of just, I'd like to do some highlights, some good parts, some bad parts, kind of see how it can impact the economy, all that stuff. So all of our data from there goes in here. And as we're heading into earnings season here too, so like I will have the earnings data here as well. Your earnings data is going to pop in like this as well. So you're going to see all that here. So good for people that like to track company earnings. So our news area here, so our daily economic events will be posted here with the previous day's data as well. Earnings for the next day will be posted in here. Your weekly market tide at the end of the week. Obviously, this wasn't a very exciting week with it being a holiday, but I kind of like to break down what happened in the market tide that week. So this is kind of our weekly look ahead stuff where you get your earnings for the week. Again, everything here will be broken down, which you'll be able to find in the earnings and economic data. Your weekly dividends, kind of what's paying dividends that week. Your major releases, again, these will be broken down in your economic data. Monthly market tide, I like to break down the full month, kind of see what's going on there. I have a list of all the major events for the month coming up. Your monthly seasonality trends. Stock Traders Almanac here. And then we have a couple news feeds here. So Unusual Whales news feed, Breaking Market News. I have my Twitter feed on here. I have Snorlax's, Walter Bloomberg, Unusual Whales, Kobayashi Letter, Stoner Man's in here. And in our learning zone, so this is a good spot for new members. You have your live stream recordings in here. I will post all of our live streams in here when we have them. I record those. Downloadable guides, you can get a lot of stuff in here. I have my filters. I have just some kind of basic beginner stuff here too. A lot of good stuff for new members. Market resources in here, just some downloadables if you want those. Just a list of helpful websites as well too that I like to use, and all my YouTube videos will be posted in here. So we also have, I want to come back up here, I gotta go to the chat for this, and we'll touch on here. So on the side too, if you just want to take a quick peek, I do have all your index and stock data here. So it's obviously the weekend, so nothing's going to be moving right now, but you can see you get a good list of your data here, crypto here, so we could see that moving a little bit. But got a lot of data in here as well for those that kind of like to maybe take a quick peek in here. And for those wondering too, do have the Unusual Whales bot. To use that and use some of its data, you just do that backsplash. You just click on that Unusual Whales there, and if you want to look at anything in here, if you just want to pull out like let's find something. So like if you wanted to pull out earnings and wanted to look up Apple earnings, you just pull it in here. I don't want to use it up, but like if you wanted to look at like piece of flow, you just put in that premium, some filters. It'll ask for some little mini filters. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here, and that bot, the Unusual Whales bot, good for market tide, all that. So like if you want to look at the market tide, it's just gonna pull that up, and if you enter here, it's just gonna post it like that. So I'm going to delete that out so I don't confuse anybody. But that is our overview for the Discord. I'm going to try to do this every time I add in a couple new channels or so. So have a great weekend, everyone.